Good morning. Good morning, wherever you are. Welcome. We are going to be starting a new layout today. And as you can see, we're going to be using some new cardstock that we have straight from our mini catalog. We now have, if you didn't know, we have 12 by 12 black cardstock. So I wanted to use it this time. And so we're going to be starting a new layout today. This is layout number 40. Bino, I'm recording, Bino. Normally, y'all, it's Archie, but tonight it's Bino. Trying to get my attention over here to the left of me. But anyway, we're starting a new layout. Layout number 40. I hear you, Bean. I hear you, Bean. Okay. Can you give me a few minutes? Yeah? Okay. Page number 1. And I had the perfect paper that I'm going to be using with this. I'm going to be using Abigail Rose Designer Series paper. And for those of you that have not seen that paper before, last month's kit in the mail was the Designer Series paper. And I absolutely loved it. And I think that you're going to like this one as well. It's going to be nice and simple. There's some layers happening, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get my prize. Which is going to be, you can see those there. It's going to be a package of the Glossy Dots assortment. It's a package of those, and we're going to give those away. And let me get the wheel. Let me share my screen. Let's share screen. Share. I hear you, Bean. Can you give me a minute? Okay, hold on. You can't get on here right now, Bubba. Hold on. I know you need love, but Mama's got to do a wheel. Okay. All right. He just needs some love. All right, this is last week's wheel. Let me shuffle these a few times. If you are watching for the first time, I want to welcome you. And if you're someone that already watches, welcome back. I am streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. And so whichever platform you're watching me off of, I want to welcome you. If you're watching for the first time, this is the weekly wheel. And when you like, comment, and share my videos, you get entered onto the wheel for a prize. I draw a prize, and this week's prize is a Glossy Dots assortment embellishment package. And let's go ahead and, yeah, I did that a few times there. Oh, and if you share my videos, you actually get an extra entry on the wheel, but make sure you type in the comment section that you shared. So let's spin this. Looky, it's Bonnie Kelly. Congratulations, Bonnie. And look, it was her share that the wheel chose. So people do win from their shares. So congratulations, Bonnie. Let me stop sharing. I hear you, buddy. I know. Okay, all right. So let's get this layout going here. We're going to start out with our 12 by 12 cardstock layer. And then we have another layer that we're going to bring in. And this one is going to be, this one is crumb cake. Okay, so this one's crumb cake. And let me flip this over. And I decided I'm just going to use glue on this layout. Get some in the middle there. And we are going to put this smack dab in the middle of this piece of black cardstock. Let me see if I can get that straight. If you are a ruler person, you might want to break out your ruler. And if this is a little cringy, then don't look while I'm trying to get this on straight. It looks like it's on straight. Just trying to leave a good 1/2 inch border all the way around. Okay, so now we have our layer of crumb cake that we've got going here. Now, one of the designer series papers in Abigail Rose is this. It's like a memorandum type piece of designer series paper. It's got some really light wording on it. And the flip side is this particular design that coordinates with one of the dies. You just have to, line it up to the right flowers. But we're going to be using this print. There was something about this print that I was like, you know what? I want to use that for the background. And so that's what we're going to do. So let's flip this over. Now this layer, though, doesn't have the normal not normal, but this one has more like a, I don't know what this is, but it's maybe 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. I didn't really measure it. I just wanted the next level down. So let's get that on there. So you got a little bit of that crumb cake showing around the edge. I know it seems a little wasteful to put a 12x12 piece of crumb cake, but you couldn't really do that with an 8.5 by 11. So there we go. All right, so now we have that. And then we have also, I've got 3 mats I'm going to be using. And make sure those are on there. Let me get my mats in place so I can lay this out. All right, so we got 3 photo mats that we're going to put on here. And then also, let me put these up. We're going to put these up with dimensionals. Okay, so let's get a dimensional on all of these. Now there are, there's one little die that I decided to use just to help accent the page. And we're going to put this one kind of right here. Okay, I probably should have done something else before I put that down, but I'm going to wing it here. I have these 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I was supposed to stick them right there, but I think it'll be fine. Let me make sure. I got a long one. These are just extra little pieces of designer series paper, like scrap pieces that I had. And all I did was I used the pick a banner punch, and I banner punched the end. I think that'll work. Okay, so let me get some, get a little glue on the back of that. And we're going to slide that back under. There we go. Just press down where that glue is, and then we'll get a little more glue on the back of this one. By the way, this video is pre-recorded. If you haven't figured that out already, and we're going to overlap it. And I'm overlapping it in the middle of the second little banner punch there. Okay, so we got that one. And then let me get some dimensionals on the back of this one. Hope you all are having a great morning wherever you are. I am going to be later later today and this evening, I'm actually going to be packing for a retreat. So I'm going to be going on a retreat. I already got some things lined up of some projects I'm going to be working on, and I'll just kind of talk to you while I put these on. But one of the projects is going to be Christmas card classes. So if you are going to be making your Christmas cards and you need some ideas, or you want to take advantage of one of the classes that I'm offering while I'm gone, I'm going to be designing 5 different Christmas cards so that we can have some Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack classes. And then hopefully by the beginning of next week, I'll be able to have all that communication out so that if you want to register for a class, I'll make sure that looks straight up there. I guess it looks straight. Then you can register for a class. Now, this is the die that I decided I was going to use. And I die cut 2 of those in basic white. And then let me get my glue dots. I'm going to put these down with some glue dots. I can get those on there right. I'll put one kind of right there. I don't want to cover up any part of that photo mat. So we're going to kind of put this off to the side. Like that. So that you have room to slide that photo behind. But I am going to put a glue dot right behind that particular piece right here to help hold that down. Probably shouldn't have put that one right there, but let me put one back behind this piece. Once it's in an album and there's a cover over it, I'm not too concerned about it coming off, but I don't want to. There we go. Okay, so now we have that. And then I went ahead with some scrap pieces of linen thread that I have. I had a couple of strips. I went ahead and just tied a double bow with some linen thread. And then we're going to put a glue dot back there. And then we're going to put that in the center where those flowers come from, just to kind of dress that piece up. And then I also had a scrap of, I can't remember the name of this ribbon, but it'll be in the supply list. Anyway, I had a scrap of this. So we're going to put this on there too. So let me get a glue dot back behind there. Let me get 2 of them. Okay. All I did was I just cut the ends a little bit. And this middle piece right here, I just tied it together with a piece of linen thread just to kind of bring it together. And we're just going to put that one right here, but I'm putting it on the DSP, the little banners, so that it doesn't interfere with the photo there. Now, any of these particular mats, you can certainly put basic white. If you wanted to use basic white, another mat of basic white, and turn one of these 2 into a journaling mat, or you can actually use this designer series paper because it has lines on it, and you have a little bit of space down here to write something if you wanted to write it on the DSP. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I decided to cut one of the edges from the designer series paper. And just to give you an example, it's this particular sheet of DSP, and I just took one of the edges because I wanted to use it. And so what I'm going to do is, let me just get a scrap piece of some paper here. And we're going to use a couple of blends. We're going to use, this one is Light Mossy Meadow, and this one is Light Petal Pink, because there's some petal pink in this piece of DSP. So we're going to use our little brush tip end. And I'm just going to give this a little color. whole lot. I'm just doing a light one first, and then I'm going to go back and fill in. So let me get all these smaller ones. And then I'm going to go back and see where I need to go back and over. A couple of ways you can color these. You can use our coloring pencils and our aqua painters and do a little painting that way. We also have the chalks. You can work with the chalks and our blending pens. Let's see. And this actually is light, and I'm using very light strokes on here. And then we'll take our light petal pink and give a little color to the flower. I'm just going over those little black marks that are on the designer series paper. Just real quick. Make sure that you check out the event description. There's some links on there for some upcoming events I got going on. There's still room for my weekend retreat in October. And if you can't make it, you can take it to go. There's a link on there that'll open up a MailChimp communication that will give you all the information about the make and takes and the optional add-on classes. Goodie bag information. I think that'll work there. Have my giant craft sale coming up for sure. And that'll work. Let me put a little color on these smaller ones. And we'll call it a day. I didn't want too much color. Actually, let me put some on here. I'll just do like the centers. There we go. All right. I'm not going to fool with those centers, but you know what? I wasn't planning on it, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's break out it should be light soft suede. Light soft suede. And let's do the centers. And I am brushing on real light, and this actually looks pretty dark. There you go. All right. So I broke out another blend. So I'll put this aside and we'll bring this back. Now this, I am going to put dimensionals on it. I'm going to put it more towards the centers. And we are going to butt this up against this piece of basic black cardstock. But I want to do something with some of these leaves before I go putting this down. Okay, so these are the leaves on the corner, on the edge here. I'm just going to use my two thumbs to kind of bring them in together, just to create a little dimension. I'm kind of roughing them up too. It just keeps it from being too flat on the paper. Eventually, it might go down. Let me put a dimensional there. It might go down in the album, but when you're making it, it just won't be so flat. All right, and then we're going to butt this right up against this piece. And if you wanted to, you could certainly put a little wink of Stella on your flowers and give them a little bling. I didn't have. I was going to use the classic matte dots, but I wasn't sure exactly where to put them. So let's figure that out. We got, let's see, we got basic black, gray, very vanilla, and basic white. And I think let's use these large gray ones. We've got a lot happening in this bottom corner up here, so I'm just going to put them up here in this upper right hand corner. Get a third one. I'm just going to put them all together up here just to put something extra on the layout. All right, so there you have it. I hope you can see that. I know it seems kind of bright looking at it from this angle here, but that designer series paper, the one that has the memorandum, really just kind of adds to this. I know it might be hard to see, but I'll try to get a better picture of it when I go posting it. So, but there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is layout number 40, page number 1. I will be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. in order to do page 2, so we can wrap this layout up. But other than that, make sure you check out the event description for all of the links for some upcoming events and the monthly online ordering special. And then I will post later today, I will post the supply list for this. But other than that, y'all have a great day wherever you are. I will, Sunday's video will also be pre-recorded because I will be at retreat. I'll be actually probably on my way back from retreat. So, so just keep a lookout for Sunday afternoon's video. So it'll go live at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So y'all have a great day. Bye.